tonight. Fire rips through a building in Brantford,
It would seem like it'd go out and then flames would just start shooting out again.
leaving residents without power,
It was a defensive fight, so the crews were fighting the fire from the outside.
proving to be a challenge for crews to put out. Plus, from bolts to buttons and stitches.
It's been a long time, and I'm really sad that they're leaving.
A Kitchener fabric store set to close its doors.
I don't know, it's going to become a lost art.
Why customers are concerned the closure will kill their craft. And the province's top curlers compete in Elmira.
Everyone who's come through Ontario before, just even being able to participate in this event is super special.
The local team looking to make an impact.
We're just super happy for the opportunity to be here.
And how a win here will put athletes on the national stage.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. We begin in Brantford, where a neighborhood is left shock after fire destroyed a two-story building. It left residents without power for hours Sunday and forced a school to close its doors today. As CTV's Karis Mapp tells us, crews spent the day sifting through the rubble and trying to piece together what happened.
A Brantford building up in flames. It's a place Ken Wallace remembers fondly. He worked at the property when it was an auto body shop in the 70s.
A fellow I used to work with, he lives in Oshawa now, and he texted me and said that our old stomping ground was on fire.
He made the trip in from Mount Pleasant to see the aftermath.
I was actually shocked because I didn't expect it to be already demolished.
The fire happened at a vacant building Sunday on Grand River Avenue.
We got the call at approximately 2:30 on Sunday morning. Crews did a great job under the conditions that they had to keep the fire contained to that building and to save the surrounding structures with it.
People who live in the area left in shock from seeing the building ablaze.
It would seem like it'd go out and then flames would just start shooting out again.
Emergency crews say putting it out was difficult.
It was a defensive fight, so the crews were fighting the fire from the outside, and with the collapse of some of the areas, it just protected some of the spots in the building so they couldn't get water at it.
Firefighters spent more than 24 hours dealing with the flames.
They were able to call Lost Stop earlier this morning.
Over 2,700 people were left without power. As cleanup efforts continue, people who live nearby where the fire broke out told me earlier today that their power has since been restored. However, students who go to school here at Brantford Collegiate Institute didn't have any classes in person on Monday. The Grand Erie District School Board sent a notice out to students and staff about the closure due to a lack of heat in the school. The building has been demolished, and the cause of the fire remains under investigation.
It was a two-story commercial industrial building. From the information that we've had, it was primarily used for storage.
While the flames have been extinguished, the property's history will be remembered.
Emotional because, a lot of good times, a lot of fun times, and, you always hate to see your past move on without you.
Karis Mapp, CTV News, Brantford.
One person was taken to hospital after they were hit by a GO Transit bus in Waterloo this afternoon. Phillip Street between Columbia Street West and University Avenue West closed for the investigation around 1:30. Police say the pedestrian was taken to hospital with unknown injuries. Hours later, a GO bus with a smashed front window was still at the scene of the crash, along with officers and a special constable for GO Transit. No further details about the collision have been confirmed at this time. Waterloo Regional Police have wrapped up their annual Festive Ride campaign and laid multiple charges. It ran from November 20th until January 1st, aiming to raise awareness about the dangers of impaired driving and ensure people were driving sober during the holiday season. Over the course of the campaign, officers stopped and checked around 10,600 vehicles. Police laid multiple charges, including 6 impaired-related ones, 4 three-day suspensions, 43 Highway Traffic Act charges, and 4 Liquor License and Control Act charges. Well, we started off the day on a gray, dreary note, and that was kind of the pattern for this Monday in January. Let's head over to CTV's Ashley Bacon live in studio with us now. Ash, you made a funny joke during the 5 that you dressed to fit the forecast.
I thought when I woke up this morning I was being fashionable, but I think I was just channeling my inner weather girl moment. It is a little bit gray on gray, and certainly it has been a bit of a gray day, as Leanne said. We woke up to a bit of snowfall. That's going to convert to wet, freezing rain, and come the next few days, some more showers. Environment Canada issuing a special weather statement for tomorrow for all of southern Ontario. Essentially, between 1 and 5 millimeters of ice buildup is possible. That can be even more around shoreline areas, around Lake Erie, Lake Ontario. So if you are in those zones, do make sure if you are headed out, you are being safe. I'll have more details about that a little later. But right now, this is a look at our satellite radar. There is a band of precipitation just moving east towards Ottawa. At this point, we're just seeing cloud cover for the moment. And then as we look into temperatures, we're sitting right at the freezing mark. So quite warm for right now, Leanne. And we'll continue to get warmer and warmer throughout the week. But as I said, we'll have those details coming up soon.
Okay, Ash, thanks so much. Venezuelan authoritarian leader Nicolas Maduro was captured by the United States military over the weekend. Here in Waterloo Region, it has some people rallying against the U.S. bombing and kidnapping of Maduro, while others are celebrating. Let's go to CTV's Spencer Turcotte, who joins us live in Uptown Waterloo this hour. Spencer, a rally condemning the airstrikes and President's capture just wrapped up there.
Well, definitely a lot quieter here now than it was about half an hour ago, but here's a little bit of what that rally sounded like with emotions high.
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
So a handful of people gathered with signs and opinions at Waterloo Town Square. The rally meant to condemn the U.S. airstrikes that were conducted over the weekend in Venezuela, along with the kidnapping of its president and his wife on charges of narco-terrorism. In the days since, U.S. President Donald Trump has insisted the U.S. will tap into Venezuela's rich oil supply. Here in Waterloo Region, many at the rally say this is setting a dangerous precedent. Others, including one woman from Venezuela, disagrees and is celebrating Maduro's capture.
I'm still in shock. It's like a horror film, you know. But these guys are doing that, and now he's very contradictory because Trump says, "Oh, maybe we can work with Delcy, the vice president, and if she says what we say, what we tell her to say, and if she toes the line, then we can work with her."
He's a dictator. Well, he was.
Yeah.
He was a dictator, taking over my country. So when I hear the news, I wasn't happy that was Trump who did it, but at least somebody had the guts to do it and the power.
So again, lots of differing viewpoints tonight here from this rally, but we'll be sure to break it all down for you further at 11:30. Leanne.
Okay, Spencer, thanks for that. CTV's Spencer Turcotte joining us live from Uptown Waterloo. And meanwhile, the Venezuelan leader appeared in a New York federal courtroom today to face those charges of narco-terrorism. And as CTV's Joy Melbourne reports, Donald Trump is now putting other countries on notice.
Dramatic images show Nicolas Maduro, who days ago was Venezuela's president, handcuffed and escorted by police officers. He and his wife Celia Flores charged in the U.S. with narco-terrorism conspiracy, cocaine importation, and weapons offenses. Maduro defiantly told the judge in Spanish, "I was captured at my home in Caracas, Venezuela. I am innocent. I am not guilty. I am still the president of my country." Maduro's lawyer attacked the U.S. military raid, the abduction and arrest, as many question, was this even legal? Demonstrators lining the courthouse. Some celebrated President Trump for bringing down a brutal dictator. Others pleaded no more war. At the UN Security Council, several nations condemned the Trump administration's military raid, calling it a breach of international law.
I remain deeply concerned that rules of international law have not been respected. The Charter enshrines the prohibition of the threat or use of force against the territorial integrity or political independence of any state.
Still, President Trump's not backing down.
We're going to run it, fix it. We'll have elections at the right time.
Last night, insisting America will tap into Venezuela's rich oil supply, warning Maduro's acting president Delcy Rodriguez to cooperate or else.
If they don't behave, we will do a second strike.
And boldly issuing new threats against Mexico, Greenland, and Colombia.
Colombia is very sick, too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States, and he's not going to be doing it very long.
The White House claims its actions are justified and will brief lawmakers tonight. As for Maduro, he's claiming diplomatic immunity, and this will not be a swift trial. He's back in court March 17th. Joy Melvin, CTV News, Washington.
The suggestion Trump's actions are all about getting control of Venezuela's oil reserves, and the fact he is openly threatening the sovereignty of other countries like Colombia, Mexico, and Greenland came into sharp focus in this country today. CTV's Rachel Aiello tells us more on the role of oil and the implications for Canada.
Canadian oil stocks slid today as the energy market absorbed the potential implications of U.S. President Donald Trump tapping Venezuelan oil reserves.
What this says is Trump views oil as super important, which I think as Canadians we should recognize. We have a big oil industry and very big reserves, but it also says that we got to be very careful.
Ex-leader Nicolas Maduro's weekend capture and Trump musing of more military action is sparking international concern.
It's by no means all about the oil. It's about someone defying an American president. That's a pretty powerful example for those who are left.
Canada is no stranger to Trump's annexation threats, and Prime Minister Mark Carney's response so far has been careful. But the president's former national security advisor says he doesn't think this country is at risk.
I think any kind of move against Greenland or even more far-fetched against Canada would be the end of the NATO alliance. It would do incalculable damage, not just to the United States, but to the entire Western world.
Carney spoke to Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado on Sunday, pledging Canada's support for a peaceful, negotiated, and Venezuelan-led transition process. Critics in this country say Trump's actions are exactly why Canada increasing its economic, military, and diplomatic independence is essential.
Internally, I think this boosts the obligation for Canada to get very serious, for Parliament to get very serious about diversifying our trade exports beyond the irrational administration of the United States.
Global Affairs is urging Canadians to avoid all travel to Venezuela, citing the unstable political situation. Rachel Aiello, CTV News, Ottawa.
Doug Ford addressed the media today for the first time this year, and the Premier says he plans to go ahead with punishing a popular liquor maker for moving some production to the U.S. Ford says he's going ahead with plans to pull Crown Royal from store shelves here in Ontario after the bottling plant closes in February. CTV's Siobhan Morris has that story.
This is what I think about Crown Royal.
A stunt to grab attention and maybe change minds. Trying to prevent the shutdown of a Diageo facility bottling Crown Royal in Amherstburg, about 30 kilometers south of Windsor. Months later, the Premier promising to pull Crown Royal off the shelves of the LCBO for good in a matter of weeks.
As soon as they close that plant, so you better stock up there, buddy.
The shutdown set for the end of February, a disruptor for 200 families. Dozens of workers have already moved on.
That's all they've known for most of their lives is working at Diageo, like their families. So it's heartbreaking.
The union president would have liked Ontario to take Crown out of circulation sooner, even though it's still being mashed, distilled, and aged in Quebec and Manitoba.
It's all a bunch of BS. It's all going to Alabama, mark my words.
Pointing to a paused Diageo distillery planned for southern Ontario.
If you have your #1 customer spending hundreds of millions of dollars, why would you try to hurt that customer?
Doug Ford has put on ice a threat to stop the sale of all Diageo products, something Dagnolo says would have hit harder.
You take Bailey's off the shelf at Christmas, I told him it's their #1 selling product.
The future of the bottling facility and its workers up in the air, listed for sale last month, with an appeal to American distillers.
You want to sell your bourbon here, here's an opportunity where you can bottle it here.
It's been a common refrain in Doug Ford's political life.
Anything you ever need, feel free to reach out, 647.
Giving out his personal cell number while at work, A 3-judge panel says records from that personal phone related to government business must be made public.
When he is deliberately using his personal cell phone for government business, that's a serious problem for government accountability and transparency, and we're glad that the court agreed with us.
Ford intends to appeal, citing the privacy of those who reach out to him.
Do you want your personal records about your health care and your family and everything else going public? There has to be confidentiality.
We were very clear to the court that we're not looking for those kinds of phone calls.
Opposition parties accuse the premier of trying to hide by continuing this fight in court.
No one influences Doug Ford, I can assure you that.
After 13 years, the head of Wilfrid Laurier University's football program is moving on. Michael Faulds is returning to his alma mater, taking the helm of the Western Mustangs. We'll have the details on his journey and find out what's next for the Golden Hawks coming up.
I'm Alexandra Hullock. Also tonight, the final stitch in the fabric of the Kitchener sewing community. A local store is shutting its doors after 3 decades in business. We'll have the reactions of longtime shoppers and first-time customers after the break.
Well, from a special weather statement to a new warning issued by Environment Canada, I'll have those details coming up after the break.
Download the CTV News app and stay on top of local stories as they unfold.
We go to a dramatic scene unfolding.
Customize your feed and watch live wherever you are. ctvkitchener.ca, your home for news.
A popular Waterloo dog park remains closed tonight. The leash-free area in Waterloo Park has been taped off since Friday, when the city says officials had to work on repairs to damaged fencing. This is a look at the park this afternoon, where caution tape surrounds the fence. We reached out to the city to get an update on when it will reopen, but we have not heard back at this time. The Waterloo Park West location originally opened last summer. The city planned to keep it going for 2 years while they worked on building a permanent dog park. It's the end of an era for a local fabric store. After 3 decades, Fabricland on Weber Street in Kitchener will close its doors in late March. And with few alternatives in the area, some sewing enthusiasts say they're left hanging by a thread. Let's go to CTV's Alexandra Hullock with more on this. Alexandra, you were at the Fabricland today. What did people have to say?
Staff and customers told me they're sad and disappointed, Leanne. On one hand, they say it's a sign of the times and a dying craft, while others say they're stocking up because they don't know where they'll go for fabric once the store shuts its doors. Store closing signs line the windows of Fabricland in Kitchener, the final stitch for a business that served the sewing community here for more than 3 decades.
It's been a long time, and I'm really sad that they're leaving. All the fabric stores seem to be closing.
Aside from calling itself Canada's largest fabric distributor, the store also offers bolts, buttons, and everything in between.
I've always liked Fabricland because they have so much like everything, a little bit of everything.
But in a couple of months, it will be cleared out, impacting more than a dozen jobs and leaving a hole that will be difficult to patch up.
If you love to sew or you like crafts, this is a great place, so it seems a shame to lose it.
In a statement to CTV News, a Fabricland spokesperson says there are multiple reasons the store is closing, but didn't provide further details. We will miss serving all of our Kitchener customers and wish our community all the best.
It's sad. It's sad. Joanne Fabrics in the States and now this here.
Susan Gunzel has been coming to the Kitchener Fabricland since it opened. She says she's worried the store's closure will jeopardize the craft.
I don't know. It's going to become a lost art. People sewing and crafting and yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for crafters.
For Christmas, I got a Fabricland gift card. So I was just coming to grab some fabric to sew myself a duvet cover.
Beginner Alex Brisbane came by the store for the first time and says she was disappointed to hear the news.
It is sad because even if I'm just like getting into sewing, it's like, oh, like now I only have one option left.
As far as other Fabricland locations go, once the Kitchener shop shuts its doors, the nearest stores are in Stratford, London, Burlington, or Sarnia. And those who aren't planning to make the trips pile up their patterns.
I'm stocking up just because, and especially when things are on sale, because of tariffs, the price of fabric has certainly increased. It's very noticeable now. So, and I'm not making any trips to the U.S. for certain reasons. So our options are certainly limited.
The store will officially close on Sunday, March 22nd. Until then, the plan is to continue offering discounts and clearing inventory as best they can. Leanne?
Okay, Alexandra, thanks for that. CTV's Alexandra Hollick. The Premier was questioned about the new reality for thousands of public sector workers across the province. They're required to be back in the office full-time. Today, some of the workers forced back, pushed back. CTV's Rahim Ladani reports.
Work-life balance. Work-life balance.
For the first time in more than 5 years since before the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, thousands of civil servants across the province are being forced back into the office 5 days a week.
It almost feels like a punishment having to come in here for no reason when I can do the work at home.
Work-life balance.
Part of the group being mandated back are these Ontario Health at-home workers in Mississauga. They're spending their lunch hour pushing against the Ford government's policy. They want to continue the hybrid model, saying productivity was high while working from home, and being back in person full-time could actually negatively impact patient care.
There's not enough space. It's noisy. We're on the phone. Where I work is an ACT care center. It's loud. When you're dealing with seniors especially, you've got to talk loud.
The Premier says his government is working on making sure there is enough office space as employees return full-time, but that it's time to bring people back so they can be mentored and collaborate.
It's great to get everyone back to work like every other normal citizen. You go out there and you show up 5 days a week.
However, not everyone agrees.
We communicate with each other effectively as we've always done, so it doesn't change. I don't see where the collaboration has changed with us working with our co-workers.
Since the province first announced this policy last August, the Ontario Public Service Employees Union says around 10,000 public servants have applied for alternative work arrangements due to medical reasons and a lack of available daycare spots. But Doug Ford says this is about being fair to all Ontario workers.
Just imagine if you're a healthcare worker, you didn't get Christmas off with your family, or a police officer, a firefighter, a paramedic. Like, a lot of these people are working extremely hard. And all we're saying is just come back to the office like everyone else.
This rally is not a work stoppage, but the broader question over the coming days, weeks, and months will be to see how this government policy is balanced with both employee morale and, most importantly, patient care. Rahim Ladani, CTV News, Toronto.
The head of Wilfrid Laurier University's football program is heading to one of their rivals. After 13 years with the Golden Hawks, Michael Faulds is returning to his alma mater, taking the helm of the Western Mustangs. CTV's Krista Simpson joins us live with all the details. Krista.
Leanne, the announcement was made this afternoon. Michael Faulds has been the Golden Hawks head coach since 2013, and in that time has been named the U Sports Coach of the Year 3 times. Under his leadership, the Golden Hawks have made 5 Yates Cup appearances, winning the championship twice in 2016 and 2024. The team was also undefeated for the last 2 regular seasons. But Faulds has deep roots in London. He is considered one of the Mustangs' greatest quarterbacks of all time, leading his team to the Yates Cup championship twice as a player, becoming the Mustangs' head coach, described as a homecoming. Here's what he says was ultimately the biggest factor in his decision.
I think it is just overall the family support, right? My wife Stacy and I met here in London at Western. Her family's here. And then there's always that excitement of coming home to where you played. As much as I love my time over there at Laurier, there's something special that drew me here.
As for what's next for the Wilfrid Laurier Golden Hawks, winter training continues with the team being led by assistant coach and defensive coordinator Ron Van Moerkerk and offensive coordinator Todd Galloway. And we're told to expect an announcement about a new head coach for the team in the near future. The university promising that they are committed to the program and keeping it in the #1 position it's held over the last few years under Faulds' leadership.
Michael has a real knack for seeking and producing excellence at everything surrounding the football program. I think he would also suggest and recognize how important the legacy and the history and the contributions of the coaches and players and alumni who've come before him, and really ensured that he leveraged that to create or to continue to build a legacy type program. I really think that we are still in the middle of building a dynasty here from a Laurier football perspective.
As for what Laurier will be looking for in a new head coach, beyond the obvious skills in football, I'm told they also want someone who can support student athletes who are balancing sports and academics, as well as someone who is a strong community ambassador. Again, they are hoping to have someone in the head coach position quite soon. Leanne.
Okay, a new era for Laurier. Krista, thanks so much for that. And a live look outside this hour from uptown Waterloo. We know temperatures a little bit milder today than what we've seen, and it has people out on the ice skating rink in the uptown square. However, we are under a specific warning that has just been upgraded. Ashley Bacon will tell us all about that coming up in the full forecast. Also ahead. Fully open for the season, the entire length of the Rideau Canal in Ottawa is ready for ice skaters. And pushing for change, why Galt Jazz in Cambridge is hopeful the province will go ahead with legislation to limit ticket resales. It's a busy Monday here in the newsroom, and that includes weather-wise as well. Ashley, there is lots to get to here in the forecast.
I feel like I haven't stopped telling you about weather statements and warnings since December 1st.
I know.
And you know what? The start of the new year's no differently. And let's take a look outside and get right into it. It is a nice evening right now. A bit of cloud cover, no precipitation as we're speaking. You can see lots of skaters out enjoying it, and I hope you do so because it might be the last skate outside for a few days. I hope you guys are enjoying your Monday. We're going to get into it. There's lots to talk about tonight. Let's start with our special statement warning from Environment Canada, which was just updated. So there is still a special weather statement for all of Southern Ontario for freezing rain, but Environment Canada just before the show updating this region for a freezing rain warning. So it is imminent. It's going to come. So be prepared tomorrow morning. If you have some salt, have it on the ready because it might mean slippery sidewalks and slippery road conditions. It looks like it'll start by about 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, ending by tomorrow evening, so it's not a long weather event, but that doesn't mean it won't make a lasting impact. This is the original special weather statement for freezing rain. Again, 1 to 5 millimeters of buildup and possibly more along the shorelines, especially around Lake Huron and Lake Ontario. So if you are in those regions, just be prepared. It could be a bit of a wet and a little bit of a messy start to your Tuesday. Looking at our futurecast, this is what we're seeing right now. A nice band of cloud cover currently over, but by tomorrow morning around 10 a.m., that's when this band of precipitation moves into our region. The green, rain. The pink, freezing rain. So that's where we get a mixture depending on where the temperature sits. Because we're expected to hover right around that 0 mark, that's what creates sort of the perfect conditions for these situations. When we start to see these purple areas, that represents snowfall. So it depends again where you're going to see, where you are rather, if you're going to see snow or rain, but pretty much guaranteed for most of Southern Ontario, you will see some sort of precipitation in the next 12 to 24 hours. Let's look at some temperatures starting across the country. In the West Coast, some balmy 6 degrees in Vancouver. I would surely love that today. Minus 15 in Calgary, 13 in Regina, 0 in Toronto, minus 12 in Montreal, and minus 20 in St. John's. And closer to home, we're sitting at that freezing mark in Kitchener, Waterloo. So right at that freezing mark means messy conditions. We might start to see some snow melt later in the week. Overnight, though, minus 5, feeling closer to minus 9. Wind only about 15 kilometers an hour, so not too bad, especially considering we had 90-kilometer gusts last week with one of those storms that pushed through. Tomorrow, 1 degree, sleet to start your day. That freezing rain again, 1 to 4 centimeters is expected. Feeling under the freezing mark, closer to -9 with the wind chill. Looking at our 7-day forecast, starting in Waterloo region, those flurries continuing for Wednesday, a high of 1, but 6 degrees by the end of the weekly end. So it is going to get warm, which means more snow melting. In Lanton, Kent, Essex, similar conditions there. Cloudy for your Wednesday, Thursday. A high of, believe it or not, 8 degrees for both Thursday and Friday. And lastly, in southern Georgian Bay, above seasonal temperatures there as well. Flurries for Wednesday and 1. By Thursday, though, a high of 5. Overnight low, just 3 degrees. So very nice conditions if you want to see a little bit above 0 temperatures. Okay, let's have a look at our Weather Watcher photo. Jim sent us this. I love the little snowman hanging out on the Dundee's first hole, and judging by his sweet little golf hands, golf club hands, I think he's counting down the days for the first tee time in the spring.
He's waiting to get out and hit the links. And Jim, if you're watching, you got to send us a update on Friday, because I want to see what's left of the snowman by then.
He might be a little bit of a snow puddle by then, unfortunately.
I think so. Hey, he might be ready to get out on the greens by then.
I mean, fingers crossed. But those skiers and snowboarders would hope otherwise, I'm sure.
Exactly. All right, Ash, thanks.
Thank you.
Well, you can now go for a very long skate in Ottawa. The full 7.8-kilometer length of the Rideau Canal Skateway is officially open. The world's largest skating stretch opened end-to-end at 8 o'clock this morning. Here's CTV's Dylan Dyson.
The full opening of the Rideau Canal Skateway has skaters like Joanne Moore going in circles.
It's such a treat to have the canal, really. It's Ottawa at its best.
The National Capital Commission opened the entire 7.8-kilometer length Monday morning at 8 a.m., stretching from Rideau to the Carleton University Library, plus the Dow's Lake Loop. So naturally, Moore is planning to go end-to-end on day one.
We got dropped off here, and then we'll skate the length of the canal. We might stop at some point and have a hot chocolate. If the kids were here, they'd want beaver tails. That's kind of the tradition. And then when we get to Rideau, we'll walk down Rideau Street and get on the O train.
It's been a successful start to the season for the Skateway, having its earliest full opening since 2014.
Since I think full-time from December 24, we were trying to open during the holiday season, and Mother Nature cooperated. As of yesterday, since the opening, we average about 30,000 visits a day.
Visiting the canal for the first time, Owen Dunlop, and Dad, who's back for the first time in 15 years to skate the full length.
We're gonna try. We have a beaver tail ready to go. That'll keep them fueled. We're really excited. It's a chance to do the whole canal, so not just bits and pieces, which is great.
And skating, not the only way to take advantage of the entire 7.8-kilometer stretch.
I just run.
Do you skate at all?
Nope.
Nevertheless, David Eves in his element on the ice with a different pair of footwear.
It was so great. I did the 3.2, I did the 4.2, and when I got home yesterday and I found out the full 7.8 was opening, I was like, yeah, this is calling me right now. I'm doing my second trek back and forth now, so I've done 15.6, and I'm going for another, 7.8, so.
Half marathon.
Yeah, it's all good.
Wow, very impressive. From perfectly poured tea to carefully curated gifts. Still ahead on CTV News. In this week's Made Right Here, we visit a Kitchener tea shop who is brewing something special. Stay with us. The founder of Galt Jazz in Cambridge is pushing for change at Queen's Park over the resale of tickets. He's calling on the Ford government to go ahead with legislation limiting resale prices after the Premier hinted at it in the fall. Here's CTV's Colton Weens.
But they're gouging the people.
Those remarks made back in October when Toronto Blue Jays tickets quickly sold out online, only for some to be resold at double the price. The Premier suggested his government might introduce legislation to rein in ticket resale prices.
When you have one player in the market that controls the tickets, that's not right for the people. So we're reviewing that.
On October 27th, a Liberal MPP introduced the Stop Ripping Off Fans Act, known as Bill 63, which went through first reading at Queen's Park. The act would prohibit reselling tickets for an amount that exceeds face value by more than 50%. But the founder of Galt Jazz in Cambridge worries despite it making it through first reading, it won't be made law.
if we don't push back a little bit, this is going to be forgotten. Mark my word. They're thinking about it, well, which means that after they come back in 3 months, it'll be old news. And no one will say anything in this very lovely but passive province.
Ottenbright wrote to his local MPP, Brian Riddell, hoping to push the province on it, saying while ticket reselling doesn't directly impact Galt Jazz, it's a plague on the entertainment industry.
I don't like to see companies making money on the backs of musicians that have honed their craft with thousands of hours of practice.
Ottenbright says he never heard back from Riddell, but in an email to CTV News, Riddell's office says the Premier has made clear we're examining the scope of ticketing issues and whether legislative solutions are needed. Our government is focusing on transparency, accountability, and results, not headline-driven gimmicks. The Premier's office says in an email, as the Premier said, we are looking to understand the potential issues regarding ticket sales and if the scope of that issue can only be solved by legislation. The Ticket Sales Act does ban the use of bots for purchasing in Ontario, but in 2019, Ford scrapped the portion of the legislation that would have capped ticket resale prices, calling it unenforceable.
You know, it's all fine and good to get headlines dumping some Crown Royal on the sidewalk and, you know, being outraged about ticket scalping, but it was Doug Ford's government that made it possible.
Ottenbright says despite Bill 63 making it through the first reading, he won't believe it until it's law. Colton Ween, CTV News, Cambridge.
Let's update our top stories with CTV's Krista Simpson live in studio. Krista, first starting with the latest on a major fire in Brantford, a vacant building on Grand River Avenue.
Leanne, the flames broke out early Sunday, but firefighters remained on the scene a day later as it took more than 24 hours to deal with the flames. No injuries have been reported, but the fire did impact numerous people in the surrounding area as power had to be disconnected due to overhead lines and a nearby underground hydro vault. That impacted 2,700 customers. In-person classes today at Brantford Collegiate Institute were canceled too because there was no heat at the school. A section of Phillip Street near the University of Waterloo was shut down for much of the afternoon after a collision involving a pedestrian and a GO bus. The injured person was taken to hospital. There is no update on the severity of the injuries at this time. Waterloo Regional Police are investigating.
And Krista, over on our website, our digital team has details on changes to Ontario's Blue Box program.
Leanne, a new year means some updates to what you can recycle, with the program now standardized across the province. So if you're wondering if you can put that empty toothpaste tube in the blue bin, the answer is yes, wherever you are in Ontario. For more information on this story, you can scan the QR code on the bottom left of your screen to get the story on our CTV News app or to download the app right now. And you can also visit our website, ctvnewskitchener.ca. Some news you can use. Leanne.
Yes, information we all need this time of year. Krista, thanks so much. From perfectly poured tea to carefully curated gifts, one Kitchener tea shop is brewing something special. We take you inside Queen of Hearts Tea House and Gift Shop on this week's edition of Made Right Here.
My name is Alicia. I'm the owner of Queen of Hearts Tea House and Gift Shop on Victoria Street North in Kitchener, and we offer Kitchener's premier afternoon tea. We're open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for lunch by reservation only, served on a 3-tier plate. The bottom tier is finger sandwiches and little nibbly bites. The second tier is where your scones are, and for our full afternoon tea, we serve 2 scones per person, and of course it's served with authentic clotted cream and strawberry jam. And then on the top tier, we have our sweets, and for our full afternoon tea, it's 4 per person. And of course, that comes with a pot of tea of the customer's choice. For afternoon tea, every guest gets to choose their tea. We have about 12 or more options for people to choose from. Everything from black teas, flavored black teas. We have rooibos teas, which are caffeine-free. And we also have herbal tisanes, which are caffeine-free. And of course, it comes in an individual teapot for every guest. So we actually make most of our things in-house. We make all of our own scones. We make them fresh every morning. We bake the croissants from frozen before customers come. And then we make most of our sweets ourselves as well, but we do partner with a couple local bakeries who we have special recipes with that really do a good job for us as well. And then obviously we make all of the savories ourselves every morning so that everything's fresh when the customers come in. The thing that I enjoy about running this business the most is being able to come up with unique menus. Sometimes we do themed events, like we'll have a princess tea party or Valentine's. Obviously Mother's Day is really huge, and I really like coming up with new menus that excite and interest people and have them come back again and again. I think that we have a lot of repeat customers because of the experience that we curate here. It's a nice relaxing environment. People are coming here with their friends, or they're coming here on a date with their partner. Maybe they're bringing their mom and their sisters and their daughters and all the people. And it's really about creating a special moment for customers that they can take and they can have memories for years to come.
Ontario's top curlers are competing in Elmira. Still ahead on CTV News, we find out more about the local team looking to make an impact and why a win at this bonspiel is so important. The top curlers from across the province are in Elmira this week for the Curling Ontario Championship. The winners of the men's and women's will move on to play in the Nationals. And as we hear from CTV's Jeff Pickle, a local underdog team is hoping to make an impact.
Top-level curling so close you can nearly touch it. But you can definitely hear it. For the next week, teams from across the province vying to be crowned top in Ontario.
Everyone who's come through Ontario before, just even being able to participate in this event is super special.
For Team McNamara, representing the Rideau Curling Club in Ottawa, this tournament is a big deal.
Being here finally feels right, and it feels great to be here. So, yeah, we're super excited.
A win here puts you on the national stage, with the men heading to the Brier and the women to the Scotties. Team McTavish, representing the KW Granite Club, are doing their best to play stress-free.
It's cool to play against these players because, you know, they were still playing before I was born, and so it's cool to play them now.
As an under-20 team, McTavish may be the youngest ever to play in the Provincial Championship.
We're just super happy for the opportunity to be here, and we're taking an advantage of this event as an event where we have nothing to lose but a lot to gain. So I think we're playing with the least pressure out of all the teams out here, and that could be towards our advantage.
The chance to watch top-level curling, an opportunity fans cannot pass up.
I'm a big fan. I watch as many curling bonspiels as I can on TV. It's different watching it live than on TV. But yeah, just to be the atmosphere.
With crowds expected to grow as the week goes on, these up-and-coming curlers looking forward to proving their stuff.
It's super fun, especially when the crowd's in it, and you make like a good shot, and it just gets you riled up and ready to make another great shot, right? So it's going to be fueling us for sure.
The tournament runs until Sunday, January 11th, with the men and women's final as the final draws. Jeff Pickle, CTV News, Elmira.
Best of luck to all those competing. All right, we have more news coming up. First, let's check in with Ashley.
Well, keep your shovels and your umbrellas handy. It's going to be a mixed bag of weather tomorrow. I'll have those details coming up after this break.
Tonight, Nicolas Maduro makes his first court appearance following his capture. What the U.S. takeover of Venezuela could mean for Canada. Later on CTV National News and watch on Crave.
105.3 Virgin Radio is KW's #1 hit music station. Home of Jeff, KP, and Backstage Ben in the morning. Listen to 105.3 Virgin Radio everywhere with the iHeartRadio app.
All right, let's check back in with Krista for a look at what our team is working on for tonight. Krista.
Leanne will have more from a rally and counter-demonstration in uptown Waterloo this evening. Local Venezuelans voicing their reactions to the capture of authoritarian leader Nicolas Maduro by the United States over the weekend. Spencer Turcott will have the details at 11:30. Leanne.
Okay, Krista, thanks very much. And Ashley, one last check on the forecast.
Yes.
We know things are probably going to get a little slippery out there as we head into the overnight and could be messy by tomorrow.
Certainly sounds like about 10 a.m. tomorrow things will really start to pick up. If we take a look at our special statement board, or our freezing rain warning board rather, from Environment Canada, that area is likely to see freezing rain, but all of southern Ontario is under that special weather statement. So be safe if you're out on the roads tomorrow morning. It will continue. As we wake up, though, if you're an early riser like myself, -4 and cloudy to start your day, -3 by 8, and then that freezing rain trickles in by 10 a.m., Leanne. So it will be a bit of a messy start to the day.
Yeah, this is when you're winning, Ash, by being that early riser that you are.
Yeah, you got to get out before the rain starts.
Exactly. All right, finally for us tonight, a bluefin tuna reeled in a record $4.4 million at a fish auction in Tokyo. Oh my, the fish weighed in 243 kilograms. That's about 545 pounds. It was caught off the northern coast of Japan. The winning bid came from a popular chain of sushi restaurants.
Wow, the price paid break down to about $18,000 a kilogram, or more than $8,100 per pound. The once threatened bluefin stock is making a comeback thanks to conservation efforts. Leanne, I think we're in the wrong business.
Whew, that is one big fish.
Let's go catch one fish.
Maybe we could
How hard
put it
could
up
it
at
be?
auction
No,
and
just kidding.
make ourselves a pretty penny.
To all the fishermen and women out there, I apologize. I know it's
Maybe,
a lot harder than
we
it
need
looks.
some help. Get us out there. Give us a few tips. All right, before we let you go, too, Ashley, we've been watching the Canada bronze medal game, 6-3.
Couple more minutes.
2 minutes left, and you can see our TV is up here in the corner of our eye. We've had our eyes on that for
Not
the
that I
past
haven't been
couple
watching
of
you
hours.
folks through the last hour, but yeah, we're nearly there for a bronze medal. Go Canada, go. You know, good effort for the boys, this team.
Yeah, great effort. And of course, gold medal game will be played later tonight. I'm sure many people will be glued to the TV screens as well.
Czechia and Sweden, let's
yeah,
go.
It's going to be a good one.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to let you go because we're going to catch the rest of this game. That's it for us. We're back tonight at 11:30. Krista Simpson will have your next local news then. Take care. Have a good night.